All right. Hello, gentlemen.
What's up?
Possibly lady. Probably not, though. How is everyone? We're on time tonight. The stream is working. We don't have any internet problems. We don't have any shit with StreamYard. Everything is working properly. Let's see what we got here.
All as it should be.
Yeah, I'm just going to move this closer for my eyes. We got Eric in here.
What's up, man?
Good to see you. Tora. The van is here. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Maliki. Snuck past you, yeah. How late will we be? I don't think we were late tonight. We were just on time. Not as late as what? Last week. That is correct.
True.
Ooh.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Personalis just finished season 1 of my 7th Twin Peaks rewatch. My friend seeing it for the first time keeps trying to ask me if people lived.
Some people live.
Some people do, yeah. Who's this? That's us.
Whoa.
And we put a pinned comment in here with the link to the next Kickstarter, which we will be talking about. Not so much necessarily the Kickstarter, but the project itself.
Right.
And we'll give you some updates on Chuck Toyster as well.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that it's just watch the show and find out. Yeah.
Oh, Twin Peaks? That's
the fun of it.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to just find out, you know? There we go. Dun, dun, dun. How's it going, Primeval Fantasy? Good
What's
to
up,
see
man?
you, man. Is Mythras Imperative distinct from Mythras Core rules?
It's not.
Sort of. Not really. So what Mythras is, how it differs from Mythras Imperative. Mythras is the full Mythras game. This is if you want to run Sword and Sandals style Bronze Age fantasy in the tradition of RuneQuest, hit locations, awesome combat system, 5 full different magic systems that are all very creative and very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We got some feat tonight for you guys right here. Then that's the way to go, especially if you have like a setting in mind that you want to run. Then the Mythras core book is awesome for building your own setting. It has an implied setting, and there are a ton of setting books for it. They have the entire Mythic line. I think there's also one that is, I could be wrong.
They have their own, I believe it's called Thenia.
Yeah, it's like Miros, maybe is the.
Yeah.
That's like the kind of official setting for it. There's a bunch, though, and they're all really good. We have Mythic Babylon, you have Mythic Constantinople, and I think Mythic Britain, right?
Right.
Yeah. And they're great.
They're all really good.
Yeah, the only thing that I would say that Mythras Core is kind of missing would be any sort of like zero prep style tools. It doesn't have like random encounters or anything like that, because I think you're sort of encouraged to make your own setting out of it. But it does have a full bestiary, and it's really, really good. And that is under, like, that's in-house in terms of copyright and licensing and everything like that. They did release, though, Mythras Imperative, which is expanded from the old version of it, which is a cut-down version of the core rules that's published under the Orc license. So it's meant to be used as the basis for your own game, but it is very substantial. It has
basically all of the combat is there. There's a couple combat special effects which are not.
Yeah. But it's
the conflict resolution is there, the cultural milieu, all the character creation stuff, all the skills are there, but it does not have the fully detailed 5 different magic systems.
Yeah. The only thing that they cut out of the combat system, as far as we could tell, and we haven't done like the full deep dive on this yet, but was that weapon reach was removed just from all the weapons.
Right,
and
which
so
makes sense for a simplified rule system. Yeah. That's sort of the one thing they took out of it.
Yeah, they took out of that, and so that took away 2 special effects, which was basically the same special effect, but either close distance on someone or get out of distance for reach purposes for weapons. But otherwise, the entire combat system is there. It also has full firearms rules, vehicles, sci-fi stuff, superpowers, and one significantly cut down magic system. So they have what is called in Mythras folk magic. That's one of the large magic systems, and that I'd say probably 60% of it is present in Mythras Imperative, maybe a little bit less, maybe 50%, but it's been condensed considerably, and it's meant to be used as a jumping off point for your own games. So if you want the good magic systems, you want the full book.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can check out the Imperative rules for free to get a sense of it if you like it, and you should.
Right.
You should check it out. And if you decide to purchase the Mythras core book or any of the other books, you should do it on the Design Mechanism website and use our promo code BlackLodge15 to get 15% off.
Yeah. And then separately, there's also what's called Classic Fantasy Imperative. And so Classic Fantasy is a supplement for Mythras that basically allows you to do the kind of classic D&D thing with the Mythras rules. And it's actually really cool and really creative how they handled leveling.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's really, really cool. But they released that as its own thing as well. That also includes all the core rules, but it also includes a bestiary. And Mythras Imperative has a bestiary. It's got like 4 monsters in it. But Classic Fantasy has a lot of monsters in it, and it has all of the classic D&D spells, like all of them.
And all of the classic D&D races. Your dwarves, elves, halflings, humans, obviously.
Right. And the way it handles alignment is really cool because it's tied to the passion system.
Yep.
And that is also, that's more substantial. That's almost twice the page count of Mythras Imperative itself. And that is also orc licensed. So you can use it to build your own stuff. So we've been cooking up an idea for Mythras for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
And we've decided to go the route of using the orc licensed material, which is why that we're saying we're using Mythras Imperative and Classic Fantasy Imperative, as opposed to the full core thing. And we'll get to that in a bit.
Who else is here?
But first, we just want to chat with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Tora's right. Differences between Mythras Imperative and Mythras Core, mostly in the magic systems.
Correct. I've got a hot cup of Celestial Seasonings tea. I'm ready for the cult bid. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Imperative, that is me. Clicking on that. Yeah, that guy's so right. Yeah, Mythras Imperative and Classic Fantasy Imperative, the PDFs are free on DriveThruRPG. If you want a hard copy of that, you obviously have to, buy it.
Yeah.
Does Mythras Imperative work with the Mystic Cities books?
I'm assuming you mean the Mythic XY, the Mythic Britain, Babylon. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I would say largely yes. It has almost all of the rules that you would need.
I would say, I would encourage you though, if you're interested enough to even be asking the question that you know about these and you want to use them, pick up the core book as well. You're going to get a lot more out of it.
Yeah, and it's so good. How's it going,
What's
Spencer?
Happening, man?
Good to see you, man.
We'll
be seeing you very soon to play Mythras.
Indeed.
Yeah, which is going to be great. Not too bad. Only a minute late. We were not a minute late. Maybe we were, but I feel like I pressed the button at 8:30. Steve Cavadas.
What's
nice
up?
To see you, man. I'm not sure we've had you in the chat before.
Yeah.
I may have missed it. Nice to see you, though. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, at least with the ones I've read. Yeah, this is the thing, too. It's like when you say it's a cut-down version of Mythras, it is still very substantial. It covers essentially everything that you would need to run a game. It just doesn't have a setting at all. Like it has Mythras Imperative has less of a setting than Mythras itself does.
Right, because it truly is just
It's just the
rules.
system. Yeah, just the system. Andrew McGraw, hey, I think it's the first time I caught your stream from the start.
Oh, nice.
Welcome. Wingnewt is here.
Hell yeah.
G'day. I wonder if you're from Australia. Toes to Jesus. Yes, chat time. Okay. Hello, Rex Teal. Good
What's
to
up?
see you. Willona's Cave.
Oh.
We got Bacon Gaming here.
What's
Better
going
with
on,
Bacon.
dude?
Yeah.
Putting up a lot of good conversations, a lot of videos, a lot of good movie reviews, which I've not gone through in their entirety yet, but Bacon Gaming did do like a retrospective talk through about Green Knight and The Northman.
Oh, cool.
Which we highlighted it on
In our Mythras video.
video.
Yeah. Oh, something. This is actually going to be kind of a downer. But you guys may have noticed that Shonner has not been in the chat for a while. Shonner did unfortunately pass away. This is not a joke. We would not joke about this. But he passed away on September 1st. We still don't know really the details of it. But Mr. Max had a kind of
A bunch of people on.
Yeah, a bunch of people on, including Nick, to do kind of a memorial stream for him. So go check that out. There's a lot of really funny stories about Shonner on there.
Yeah. One of the greats. And his channel is still up. And hopefully will be up forever.
Yeah. And we will be doing our own kind of memorial thing for Shonner. So if you were out there, pour one out. We lost a real one. We lost, according to Shonner, one of, the 12 people on planet Earth that role plays.
More true than you think.
Yeah. Does anyone else have a commercial window up above the chat? I don't know what that means. Maybe it's the pinned comment. I don't know. But if you guys do notice that pinned comment and you're interested in what we're going to be talking about, we are talking about Cults of Zahak, which is going to be our next project.
Yeah.
That's coming out. Kickstarter will be up probably around the time that we're able to start fulfilling
the physical
stuff for Shucked Oyster. That will depend on Drive-Thru RPG and a couple of other things, but we're in good shape. We're almost finished with the Axe conversion. That should be finished next week. PDF updated and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
we're just getting
ordering.
Character concepts in from the people who purchased the add-on.
Yes, that's kind of the last bit of content that it's not exactly been dependent on us, but those are coming in now, which is great. But yeah, feel free to click that link in the pinned comment and go press the little get notified button for the Cults of Zahak Kickstarter.
Yes.
Happy like a little bird doing a happy dance to making bacon pancakes. All right.
Bacon pancakes. Interesting.
I do like bacon. I do like pancakes. Pop-out chat button did not get rid of it, but now I can see both the chat and the video at the same time without having to scroll down.
Sounds like you found new functionality on YouTube.
Secret hack. A life hack even.
Perhaps.
Yeah. I really want to play Mythic Rome, I'm sure. But I don't know enough interested people on my little island who want to play.
Yeah, that's the tough thing with any kind of either opinionated setting or
game that's
specific,
not D&D.
Right. But again, you basically still have the same problem with D&D because imagine finding an actual human
to play D&D with. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say check out, try online, I believe there is a Mythras Discord. I'm almost positive there is. I do know that there's a Chaosium Discord.
We'll definitely have to get in the Mythras Discord if there's one.
Yeah. I think there is one. But I'm sure there or on the Chaosium Discord or on the Chaosium forums, there is like a sub forum dedicated to Mythras on the Chaosium website forums as well. So I would check there.
Weird mode. Sorry. Okay. When I'm in a bad mood, I watch that video. Just the little dance makes me chuckle. Yeah, this is a reference we're not familiar with. Oh, God damn it. The fucking chat jumped again. It's Thursday and BLG is cooking. You're damn right. Gosh, so many good streams happening tonight. Who else is streaming? Who's splitting the audience? Who's splitting the audience? Yep, waiting on the big supplement for Classic Fantasy.
Hell yeah.
There's got to be a better license than Orc. I don't know if there is. I don't know. I don't know why people don't like the Orc for the most part. I actually don't. It seems
pretty favorable from
to me, as far as I can see. You get to designate what's licensed material and what's mechanical stuff. Mechanical stuff is open.
I would like not to have to worry about any of that at all, admittedly. But
I would like to be able to release all of our stuff without any sort of a license and just have it be public domain, but that's nearly impossible to do. And it comes with its own set of bullshit because it's like this whole thing is just like people am I going to sue you or am I not going to sue you? You know, it's so stupid. You can actually see this is my deluxe. This is how BLG rolls. The deluxe carrying case for my specialty expensive dice, which are not actually specialty expensive dice. They're just the cheapest brightest dice.
And one pencil in there.
And one mechanical pencil that's poking holes in this like 9-month-old Ziploc bag. You don't need knickknacks. You don't need special shit.
Yeah, you don't
just
need
a
doodads and
bag of
tchotchkes
dice.
and-
Yeah. You need a pencil, basically.
But the real question
Yeah.
here.
I got to know, the channel's tied to Twin Peaks. I know, totally off topic.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's totally off topic. I mean, our name is Black Lodge Games.
Right. And we do love Twin Peaks.
We do love Twin Peaks.
And David Lynch movies.
Yeah.
And TV shows.
Yeah. If you want a hard copy, you should also use Black Lodge 15.
Yes.
Exactly. Valiant Saint. Howdy, fellas. How's it going, man? Does Vancian magic work better in Mythras Classic Fantasy, in your opinions? I don't know. I know you're not fans of how D&D handles it.
So,
I haven't played Classic Fantasy.
right. But
I also have... Nick is the expert here because I have not read Vance.
well, I would say I haven't looked in depth through Classic Fantasy either, but I don't think you have a Vancian system in Classic Fantasy. You don't have a D&D spell slot system.
Yeah,
I
because you're
don't
going to be
think you
using
still
magic
have
points.
It's a magic point system. I would
Yeah.
say. So I'm almost positive. Classic Fantasy does not use a Vancian system,
Yeah.
and I don't. I think that would be a mistake
Right.
if they did.
The spells are
use it.
going to do the same things that they do
That
in
a lot of your
D&D.
classic
Yeah.
D&D spells
You
do. You
have
have your fireball, invisibility,
Darkness and
right? All of these things.
All of those things are there.
They have arcane and divine
Yeah.
spell lists in the same way, and you do have different levels of spell, but these are tied to your class, which is
Yes.
in Classic Fantasy sort of bolted onto the cults and brotherhoods
Yeah.
system in Mythras core.
Right,
So
so
those are your levels.
Yeah,
That's
you
your
get
advancement.
your class is basically like a profession, like it would be in any of these kind of BRP derived games. But the way in which you advance in level and like gain more spells and things like that is first, it's tied to roleplay. But secondly, you're going to have these kind of tiers of your cult or brotherhood, which in classic fantasy is referred to as guilds and orders. And
Right.
to get into your rank 1 of being a fighter, in your order, you have to have something like 5 skills that are core skills of the class at a certain percentage level, like maybe above 50%. To get to tier 2, you're going to have 4 of those skills at a much higher percentage. And then
Right.
tier 3, all the way up to tier 5. And so you get the additional spells for being a wizard or being a divine caster, like a cleric. You get those as you advance in rank, and that's dependent upon those skills going up, but it's also dependent on your roleplay and your kind of allegiance to those factions, because they're not simply
Right.
like...
You don't just get them automatically
Right.
for killing more monsters,
Yeah.
acquiring more gold. So you have fewer numbers of levels in Classic Fantasy, but the book and even Classic Fantasy Imperative does give a good breakdown of like a quote-unquote level 1 or a rank 1 Classic Fantasy character is sort of broadly equivalent to
1 to
these
3,
kind of levels.
yeah, level 1 to 3 of Beck Me or whatever, and then
Right.
all the way up.
Yep.
How did I see you in TLG's stream the other day? Did I see you? Oh, you're talking.
Malachi.
They're talking Malachi. I was like, you definitely didn't see us.
Yeah.
We're not early. We're on time.
Like we always are.
Yeah.
Except for last week.
You are late, but not BLG. Haha. That's true.
Nice.
I like how you talk about Mythras like it's a really good sandwich. It kind of is. It's a good role playing
It is.
sandwich. Why is there a wrench next to this guy's name? Because he's one of our moderators, Evan.
That's
And
right.
good to see you, man.
What's up?
Evan has appeared on this channel.
He has.
In,
You should watch the video.
Yeah, it's our BLG podcast with him wearing a cowboy hat with glowing red eyes. And I think it says "Gaslight Your GM," which he's done successfully several times. Mythras Imperative is better than Mythras.
Interesting. I have to disagree with you there.
Please expand on that. I'm actually interested to know why you think that. Space Roadie is he's got his own scenarios out for some of these D100 games. The name I'm blanking on He's got several scenarios though. Go look up Space Roadie on Drive-Thru RPG. He's got some good shit. Rest in peace, Shonner. Exactly.
Indeed.
Yes, he's a mod. Exactly. Rest in peace. F in the chat. Make me a mod too. I'm not making you a mod.
That would be a mistake.
Yeah. I already let you use the spell research rules.
Fool me once.
Yeah, fool me once. R.I.P. Shonner. He was the man. Yes, he was. Nick, make me a mod. No, absolutely not.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, rest in peace. It's sad. It is. I was so fucking
It's
bummed.
sad, but it is an ultimate victory. Again,
Yeah,
because we've
because
said
he went to-
before,
yeah.
he has ascended to become a White Lodge entity of role-playing.
Right.
And anyone who is not role-playing right now and doesn't start,
He can still see you.
He can still see you, and he
Yeah.
will judge you
Right.
and cast you into the lake of fire for eternity
If you
for
don't
not
role-play.
role-playing.
Yeah. And it's fine if you want to do the board game thing or whatever.
Don't call it role-playing.
But don't call it role playing, or
Yeah.
you will be cast
Shonner
into the
will
lake of
know.
fire. Yeah, yeah. He went.
He'll
to,
find you this Christmas
He went to the grave being correct
about everything.
about everything. Yeah. R.I.P. Shonner. Yep. Rest in peace.
He went through life Reaganing.
Yeah. R.I.P. Shonner. And just remember, just role play. Exactly.
Yep.
I bought the expanded Wretched rulebook, Wretched Vigilantes, and Mythras on your guys' recommendation. Happy to have found you, BLG. You guys rock. Nice. Very cool.
Thank you, man.
Mythras is awesome. I love it. R.I.P. Okay. Let's don't do that. What are you doing? Don't tell me what you want to do. Don't tell me what you want to do. I don't know what we're
This is
saying here.
Shonner. What do you do? What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Tore my meniscus being an active human being and needs surgery.
Oof.
Should have been role-playing instead, to be honest. Damn, that sucks, man.
Damn.
Want to talk about your choice of LaTeX? I found some
Ooh.
tutorials, but why
A
did you
real
choose
question.
it? Yeah, we will. I can talk about that. Yeah.
I can't. Damn.
Yeah. It's so I have making the oyster was kind of a struggle because I was learning Affinity and I write everything in Emacs. I write everything, all text, all notes, everything is in my text editor that I've been using for the better part of a decade now. It's an ancient piece of software. It's older than I am, but it is so efficient and it has so many good features. And it has this structured text mode called org mode that is mind blowing and it's awesome and allows me to do all sorts of crazy, amazing shit while exporting to PDF and doing all this other stuff. But I didn't know how to use this typesetting system called LaTeX, which is a typesetting system that was developed basically to write academic papers and mathematical papers and things like that way back when. It is a general tool for layout and publishing and whatnot. And Affinity has all sorts of major issues that are not related to it being like its general software use or anything like that. It is a good program. But as someone who I have so much muscle memory in Emacs, it's such a slow way of working and there's so much bullshit associated with like clicking on things to set your layouts and doing all this shit that I never ever want to have to deal with ever again. And LaTeX is a typesetting method that is basically like a programmatic way of describing a document and it spits it out for you. The reason I've avoided it for so long is that the syntax is so fucking ugly. It is so abysmally ugly. But it has some massive advantages in that I can work on the text and use version control like I do for software. I can have everything on Git. We can have a full history of every edit we've ever made, where we introduced errors, and any of the like little details you might miss on like, oh, in this chapter, I actually forgot on this page to do this, or like I didn't set the template right or something like that. All of that goes away when you set up LaTeX properly and create your layouts programmatically, which is its own set of challenges. But then once it's done, I can just edit the text and it'll spit out the document perfectly every time. And if it doesn't spit it out perfectly, I can go in and tweak it and whatnot, but it's something that will be version controlled, is a much more intuitive way for how I am used to working on anything. And it's just super, super powerful. There's some amazing shit that's been made with LaTeX out there. And so I'm still learning it. And the first project I'm using that on right now is related to the shucked oyster, which we'll talk about at some other point when that's ready for it. And then most likely we're going to write Cults of Zahak this way. Because there was all sorts of shit. Like I wanted the PDF for the shucked oyster to be fully internally linked, where like someone's name comes up, you click on it, it goes to their entry. And you can do that in Affinity by setting anchors and hyperlinks and all this other stuff. But I didn't do it as I went. And I realized at the end, I was like, okay, I just got to go through and link everything. And it was the most tedious thing I've ever fucking done. Sitting there, linking everything to these goddamn section headings and everything like that. And I was like, I am never doing that again.
Yeah.
I was like, that was just drudgery. There was no creative work to this at all. And this is something that like, I was just like, I wish I could just automate this. And I can, writing it the way that I'm writing now, which is just so much better. And it still has, there's issues.
A lot of other stuff.
Yeah, there's issues and problems.
We can do.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff that we can do with it as well. So LaTeX is not for the faint of heart. Anyone can learn it. You can go, there's online editors. You don't have to know Emacs or org mode or the systems I'm using. But you can go to overleaf.com and they have tutorials and they'll show you how to basically start making a document. And you can learn how to do this too. It's just ugly looking and fucking sucks. But the best way to learn it is actually to get the LaTeX manual. I don't remember what it's called, but it's written by Lamport is his last name. There's an ancient PDF from like 1994 that you can get for free online that is also very ugly, but actually explains everything about LaTeX that you would need to know. And the tutorials out there online are dog shit. They're really bad. Like they are really, really bad. So if you guys are interested, that's what you would want to look at. Most people will find it's more trouble than it's worth. But since I have a particular set of autism skills, I can't afford not to learn it at this point. There is a Mythras Discord. Okay, we got to get in there. It's active. Good. What's up, all my fellow Black Lodge playboys? That's right, Negative Wisdom. I suffered a fall on Saturday and bashed my knee badly. Fortunately, no real damage. I feel your pain. That's good. My wife is watching Star Trek, the original series.
Hell yeah.
Nice. She sounds
we got to
like
get back on the good ship Ares.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, do you guys practice that? You're damn right. That was perfect. We just say it a lot.
We just say it a lot.
Yeah.
We also had that clip in our latest Vampire the Masquerade Anarchs video. So we watched the Master say it many, many times.
Yeah. This is okay. So this is an attempt to troll. The Measure of a Man is now on, and I forgot how overrated it is. This, of course, is not an original series
episode, but a TNG
episode.
Nice try.
Nice try. Game night canceled, so I guess I'm stuck with these shoeless, gin-soaked Popinjays. We are not gin-soaked. For the most part, we don't drink.
Yeah.
Like almost at all.
I hate being hungover.
It's the worst. And it's just getting
truly
worse
is the
and
worst.
worse.
I'd
like,
rather
over
be
time.
sick than hungover. If it was going to last for the duration of a hangover,
I don't know
the
because
bodily experience.
if it was over in the same time that
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll trade being hungover for a day, for like a 10-day flu.
yeah.
But if I had a cold or a fever or something for a day, I'd easily take that.
Huh. I hefted a particularly large box of stock and slammed my knuckle on a wall. Damn. Doesn't Orc have a morality clause?
Does it?
I don't think it does. I've read the whole license. That would be interesting. And potentially not great. Orc license morality clause.
What do we got?
Moral rights, such as the right of integrity, are not licensed under this Orc license. Nor publicity, privacy, and or other similar personality rights.
It sounds
Don't
like
no. It says don't expect a morality clause in orc. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Problem solved. Torn between you and Dungeon Delve. Don't go to.
Oh, come on.
Come on, man. Your wife is a woman of quality and taste. That is true.
She is.
Yeah. Black Lodge Games. If you type "making bacon pancakes" into YouTube, you'll find a little bird that dances to the phrase "making bacon pancakes?" Question mark.
Oh, YouTube
Interesting.
secrets.
There's a Mythras Discord and it's very good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting on that as soon as I get off of here. Once I'm done talking to you jabronis. Orc does not have a morality class. Okay, cool. Show the BLG D20. Oh!
Oh, where is it?
Where did I put it?
In your bag, probably.
Probably. Which is right here. Let me see. It's not because I didn't bring my bag because I didn't GM. It's
Where did it?
it's in here somewhere. One moment.
You definitely brought yourself to the place where you got it.
Yeah, no, and I brought it home. I just don't. Is this it?
I can't tell.
Where would I have put that?
This will be worth the wait, we promise.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. All right, 1 second.
Well, in the meantime, let's see. Wish you guys stream more often. Also, my mom you got recognized by someone's mom. I feel like that's not true. I'm sure your mom definitely recognizes actual Frasier, but maybe not. Maybe we're moving on up in the world. No luck?
No, look, it's in the car.
Well, there's a very cool BLG D20.
D20 that I was gifted on my birthday from Evan.
But we will show it
Yeah.
as soon as we find it.
What? I got recognized?
Yeah,
All right.
by Benjamin Snorkin's mom.
All right. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I took a trip to the ER. All right. We got more people
Jeez.
getting hurt. God damn.
Couldn't be me.
BLG, damn fine channel. You're goddamn right.
Damn right.
Yeah. Tripped over a curb. Man, you guys are just, what is wrong with you people?
Failing at QWOP.
Yeah. Hello, recently found your channel, and you guys are very keen.
Thank you, man.
Nice. Thank you, Kato. If you want Vancian magic, check the Lioness book for Mythras.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I could see that using
yeah.
Vancian magic because it's
a Vance
Vance.
setting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the design mechanism's so good.
Yeah.
I wish that ships and shield walls
Oh, yeah, it was part of the orc
licensed.
license,
Yeah.
but it's not.
But it's not. That would be awesome.
They should do that.
Yeah. But it's also only $4, I think, for the PDF.
That is
a
true.
Phenomenal supplement.
Worth the $4.
Yeah, worth the $4 for the PDF. Got people talking about MCDM. I'm hyped still from last week's system. There's so much you can do in that. Oh yeah, in Greg's kaiju system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Classic Fantasy doesn't use spell slots, so it's better than D&D in that respect.
Yeah. Which is the correct move, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, Lioness is based off of Vance books. Just want to let you guys know, I've played and run RPGs for 4 years, but I was
Nice.
never a real role player until I discovered your channel.
Hell
Thank you
yeah.
for spreading the good word. Nice.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
And thank you, man, for
The
showing
message
up.
from God is
Yeah.
working.
Go check out Shonner's channel to
Yeah.
find out if you actually do roleplay, though.
Yeah, to avoid
Yeah.
the pitfalls.
Yeah.
Stay on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Evan. It's not immediately available to me, but I will be showing that off. Yes. BLG D20 would be sick. Get that skull icon as the one. We
We hear you loud and clear.
hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Stay tuned.
stay tuned. I do have one. Yeah. And it's awesome and it's very big.
Yes.
Bespoke BLG D20. We do.
Yeah.
It's coming. Don't worry. It is coming. Ask to see it. Yeah, I know. Oh, man.
Where is it? Where is it?
The first few sessions of my Axe game since getting the Oyster PDF have been insane. Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
The consensus
Yeah.
we hear from everybody.
Literally everybody. Yeah. Night Danger
which
gave
means
us
it's working.
tremendous praise. Not that he was gushing or anything like that, but I found the praise to be tremendous, and I'm going to read it to you. He said, the third session with the Shucked Oyster and all hell is breaking loose. Overlapping NPC objectives with just a few conditional triggers introduces far more dynamism and chaos to the campaign than just random tables.
You're right about that.
This is the future of adventure design. Here's another dungeon in a fake McCoy town nearby for shopping trips is totally dead in the water. West Marches had it completely backwards. Town can't be safe because this is where all the interesting stuff should be happening. Session ended on Saturday morning of the 1-to-1 calendar. So when we gather on Saturday IRL for #Oktoberstein, everything is going to blow up. I didn't have to plan any of this. Life is so good. Thank you, Night Danger.
Good man.
I am so happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I am so fucking proud of the Oyster, and I think it's so much fun. And literally everyone who has played it, who has told us they've played it, has had a wildly different experience than everyone else, which was the point. So it worked. So it's incredibly vindicating.
No linear plot.
Yeah.
It will be wild, though.
Yeah. Cheap Chinese BLG merch shop when? Soon. Do you guys have a Facebook group like Neckbeardia or a Discord group? We don't.
We do not.
We have a Facebook page that I think we've updated twice. And I'm still so fucking pissed at Facebook.
Yeah.
But we do have a locals community. Yeah, and if you use promo code MIDWIT at checkout, you'll get a month for free. And this is actually something relevant for you guys because when we were writing the Oyster, we were putting in the playtest document up for our locals community as we were writing it. So we were getting new versions, then like the art would get updated, or some of it didn't even have art when we first put it up. But you basically get snapshots of it the entire time. And for Cults of Zahak, which we will be speaking about once we get through the hanging out with you guys, which is the fun part, we'll be doing the same thing. So if anyone is interested in seeing what this is like as time goes on, you're going to
check us out there.
Yeah, go check us out there. It's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, I think it's like $5 a month or something.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah. We're going to have to pick up and be a lot more active there again because once things got serious towards the end and doing the Kickstarter,
there's just so much
much shit that it kind of fell off for a little while.
Yeah.
But you also get our YouTube videos a day before they come out on YouTube as well.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So there's those benefits.
And
that benefit has been consistent the entire time.
Not locals related per se, but we I think should do another meetup at some point.
Yeah.
In the near future.
Yeah, an Austin meetup. A lot of our players in our regular game will probably be there this time. And you'll get to meet the psychopaths that have blown up my Orin Empire. It took me a few months, and now I'm caught up on all the BLG live streams.
Nice.
Damn. Nice. 9 out of 10 hipsters would choose their die 20. Yeah.
Likely true.
Yeah. Best video ever. The one he must be referring to the one I said that he was in. Yeah, it was a very good one. Evan the spreadsheet guy. Yeah. And of course the chat jumped. Let me see here. We're now all included in the Shonner intro. He's watching and recording.
Yeah, we are immortalized forever.
Yeah. I didn't have enough time, but when I was setting up this stream, I was going to download his intro and use it as the trailer for our stream. These people are contestants. They're in a game show. Tell them what they win. They're playing a parlor game. Exactly. Shonner told me I wasn't even a real role player. I got mad and unsubscribed. Then I came back and realized he knew what he was talking about.
Many such cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many are called, few are chosen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Most will not be saved, but for the small few.
Glad I found this channel today. Thanks for introducing me to Vampire. Nice.
Oh, you're welcome,
You're
man.
very welcome.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad that you quit. And you got the good introduction to Vampire because You're
There's
cutting
so
past
much
all
bad-
the bullshit, all
Yeah.
the bad stuff
It's
associated
rough out
with it.
there.
Yeah. In my defense, they asked me to be on because they needed a guest last minute. I tried to be as entertaining as I could be, and you were quite
very entertaining.
But we had also been talking about having you on for
Yeah.
a lot before that. Mm-hmm. Shonner literally changed my life, which is kind of ridiculous but awesome. That's awesome. Shonner appreciation. Boomers defending their prehistoric software. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, it is. It's pre my history. Both of those are older than I am. That face when Fraser is barely older than me. Yeah. It's a story time. This DM is a frustrated novelist. He wants to tell his story. What a lore whore, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Mythras is great. Okay, so this must be about Mythras Imperative versus Mythras. Mythras is great, but too many rules and action points get in the way of role-playing ultimately. I prefer to hack what I want into Imperative in a way that's easy to stay in character.
I mean, fair enough. I don't find the rules in Mythras distracting or too cumbersome to be distracting.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't really... that's the thing, because a lot of people say that Mythras is, like, complicated and
complex,
rules-heavy.
complicated, yeah.
And there are a lot of rules there, but they're not hard. Like, we started using fatigue and everything last time, which was super easy. The only thing I couldn't remember was, like, okay, this made it a difficult task. What was the percentage drop on that again? Like, what do I have to,
right, and
little things
stuff,
like that.
Yeah, that's stuff you'll what's the word? Not intuit, but you'll have that at hand in your mind after playing with that rule in particular. Well, that rule would come up fairly frequently. It's difficult, it's easy, it's Herculean,
formidable. Yeah,
right. So
I'm not sure how action points get in the way though. Because you still have action points in Mythras Imperative. It's just instead of varying from 1 to 3,
everybody has
2.
Yeah, and I think the max you can have is 3 with a character.
The max that a human can have is 3.
Correct.
Yeah, but there's like monsters and stuff that can have more.
Right. But you would want that, I think. If you're fighting a giant, I don't know, a centipede or something. I don't know what has more off the top of my head.
They're like,
but
there's a bunch of monsters in the book that have more than that. But that also,
but I like that because that makes it. Yeah, they're more dangerous in.
They're categorically different than humans.
They're categorically different than humans, and it's another axis of challenge that isn't more hit points, higher AC, larger damage numbers. It's a different way of putting over both the alien monstrous nature of something that is inhuman, but also the danger of something that is inhuman or superhuman. I
like also this is just a more of a BRP in general sort of thing. I love the damage modifier based on size.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Again, Andre the Giant is just going to hit you harder.
Yeah, exactly. I've been learning lit tech as well. Great for making books, but character sheets are kind of difficult.
Oh, interesting.
On Linux, I've been using Tech Studio. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm using Emacs and org mode, and I'm building slowly a style file for an Oyster-related thing, and it's not super hard, but it is ugly and kind of tedious to learn this at the moment, and there's a bunch of annoying shit in it. But I got past the part of it just being annoying to now it's like, oh, this is cool, and it's annoying. Howdy, gents. So what's the difference between Mythras Imperative and Mythras? We already covered that. Yeah. So
in brief, Mythras is the core rules, and Mythras Imperative is a shortened list which is available under Orc license.
Yeah. BLG presents the Cults of Zahak.
Some asshole named Zach.
There's a $25 PDF version of it, though. No, that's a $25 physical version of the book. The PDF for Mythras Imperative should be just free.
Free, yeah.
I believe. Unless that changed, which would be absurd.
There's no way it's not still free.
Yeah. Mythras Imperative. Of course, I spelled imperative wrong. Imperative. Watermarked PDF, $0.
Yeah.
On Drive-Thru RPG. Soft cover black and white, $24.99.
You don't need the physical copy of
You don't. Yeah.
Mythras Imperative.
Yeah. I'm aware they called the free-to-play version that, but I'm not sure that's still the case. Action points help me roleplay more. Okay, we got. Oh, he wasn't trolling. He was actually meant TNG. Okay. The Anarch video was great. Thank you. Yeah, I think it was
We
great
thought
as well.
so also.
Yeah. The point being, I don't see what's so great about Measure of a Man. It's very predictable and seems very contrived just to grandstand. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Yeah, Imperative is free under Orc. It's free forever. Correct.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Shonner. Watched a little of his vids. There are several people in the chats giving Shonner some praise, and all of you got particular video that he made you a fan of or made you agree with him. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
It's just him.
His accurate commentary.
Yeah, he's just commenting on other people's videos for the most part.
And so prolific.
Yeah, he made a lot of videos. You can kind of just choose one at random. It's just going to be an old guy sitting in front of a camera talking.
Yeah.
Very softly, and you'll find out immediately if you like it or not. Don't know if I can get hungover. Felt fine in the morning. Well, that's good for you, man, but I do not have that. Recent vampire video was great. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Orc participants can add a morality clause for their own products, but Orc itself does not have one.
Interesting.
5 a.m. Damn. Nice.
Oh.
What video editing software do we use? We use DaVinci Resolve, which you can get a free version of. The paid version, I got because I got like their little editing speed editor keyboard, which is so fucking useful. The full version has some very awesome features that you don't get with the free version, like audio transcription and like so it makes our captions files and things like that automatically. But otherwise, it's a full program.
You were mistaken for actual Frasier.
Yeah. Oh, the correct size D20 to load into a trebuchet. Yeah. Just tuned in. Hello, guys. Just found your channel recently, and I'm preparing to DM my first ever Shadow Dark game.
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like I'm getting too much useful info from your videos. My head hurts.
Oh, just watch it again.
Yeah. Just keep watching until your head explodes. Let it grow and grow and grow until it explodes.
Yeah. But thank you, man. Good to see you here.
Please consider selling some traditional merchandise at some point. A coffee mug, for example, would be on brand and useful.
We are considering it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a smoker, I would shift to BLG cigs, but that must be a Meyer comp.
We just put a down payment with shucked oyster money on a tobacco plantation.
Company. Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. Night Danger summing up my exact thoughts. Nice. We will have merch though. We've been planning on doing merch for a very, very long time and just never got around to it. Mm-hmm. Part of it is just that merch, a lot of these like print on demand merch things.
A lot of the merch sucks.
Well, first of all, they suck, but a lot of it is just like there's no margin.
That too.
It was just like
right.
and it's not even like, oh, we can't make any money. It's like if we want to make any money, it's like the t-shirt's going to be like $30 or something like that. Like,
have you considered BLG ashtrays?
That is a good idea. That's a very funny and good and useful idea to me specifically.
Holy shit. We've now considered it and we're going to do it. How am I summing up someone's thoughts? I just got here. Night Danger, we read your recent Twitter praise of the shucked oyster.
Yes.
And that's how you're summing up someone's thoughts. The design mechanism recently had a design competition for adventures, supplements, etc. Unfortunately, I couldn't get on it because I was still learning how Mythras works.
They'll do it again, for sure.
Yeah. Just wait until your players get high in the orgy room, yeah. About to run my very first ever rune quest soon, and BLG gave me the final push I needed. Thank you. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Man, we're just like firing on all cylinders right now. Thank you for so much for the praise, guys. When is the Appendax dropping? I've just been winging it, and it's been fine, but interested to know what's in there. Probably end of next week. Mm-hmm. Most of it is going through and converting, like the treasure tables is the big one for most of the dungeon stuff, but a couple of the magic items
don't have direct
like Coward's
corollaries.
Bane,
Yeah,
there's no there's no corollary we can make in Axe of how Coward's Bane works. So it's like we know what we're doing with it, but it's going to be different than the Shadow Dark version. There's some other stuff like designing. Like we already did Mungo Borlov. He's fully converted.
Yeah, we did
Malchippus.
Yeah,
sort of. We know exactly what we're doing with it, but we haven't actually like fully statted him out. Yeah. So likely end of next week is when the Appendax is coming. Enjoyed the Anarch video the other day. One of my friends always included them, and I always hated it because it sucks.
It's terrible. It's a terrible idea.
It's a dumb fucking idea.
Yeah.
And we got so many stupid comments disagreeing
as we
with us.
anticipated and hoped for.
Yeah, and as we correctly anticipated, exactly, almost word for word, some of them.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so easy to...
how is this different from the Autarchus?
Like, you're not listening.
Or, you know, if you read the Anarch Revolt, it wasn't actually like 19th century anarchism. It was different. Then it got different again.
Yeah, right. Or don't you just see the real truth? You're like, yeah, hierarchies and vampirism, but it's also the second generation, the third generation ate the second. This happens all the time.
Well, and didn't you know that like actually there was lots of peasant revolts, and like the peasant revolts, like they weren't totally egalitarian, but you know
they were going in the right direction. People are very, very stupid.
Very stupid. Very stupid.
And there are a lot of really stupid vampire players.
Yes. Many such cases. Yeah. And this is the point, though. The Autarchus are also not...
Yeah,
they get no fucking
written,
page count to them at all. It's just like, well, there's kind of like these guys out there that don't play by the rules.
Here are these vampires who don't do anything and don't matter. They're independent, but how they're independent, how they're allowed to stay in that...
You have the Anarchs, which are, and this is the problem. This is what we were saying. It seemed. Oh, this is another one. You seem to think that like the Anarchs were like socialists or something because I guess you guys are like super right wing, and it's like the book tells you what they are,
right?
And everything written about the Anarchs the entire time has been as a quasi leftist, like this like
who are you trying
movement.
to
Who are you
fucking
trying to
fool
fucking
here?
fool? Go read. We have it in the other room. The V5 Anarch book is like, okay,
explicit.
what are the we'll talk about the Convention of Thorns, and then what's the next thing we're gonna do? We're gonna go to the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go to the Soviet Union. Then we're gonna go to Cuba. And it's like every
they didn't say specifically that they're Bolsheviks or that they're like,
come on. They've always been this way.
They've always been this way.
Even if like the original Anarchs aren't supposed to be influenced by that philosophy, it's like the whole thing.
The writers made them that way
in terms of this. Yes. And we explained why.
The dogshit presentation, the dogshit stereotype you've heard about and seen for 30 years is the correct and accurate portrayal as they were intended.
And it's
just bad.
It's just bad. And it doesn't add anything to the game because if you get rid of them, nothing changes.
Camarilla still keeps chugging along.
And it's like it shouldn't be the Anarch Revolt. It should just be the Sabbat Revolt.
Right.
Because the Sabbat does add something to the game.
Right. And we will make
talk
that
about the
video.
Sabbat. Yeah. But the Autarchs, they don't have any page count dedicated to them. It's just, ancient monsters that don't play by the rules.
There are also other people too.
Oh, I know.
Well, like that's what the Autarchs are. But there's just other people.
But then also you just have the Independents.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? That adds nothing. You can get rid of the Independents.
Yeah.
You can get rid of the camera, or not the camera.
The Independents, the Anarchs,
the Autarchs.
It's all this stuff is a bunch of bullshit.
And here's the other thing that people are going to get very pissed at us, and they're going to have so many stupid comments. There's a shitload of clans that you can get rid of.
Yeah, and you should get rid of.
Get rid of because they're stupid.
They're dumb as fuck.
And there are some clans that I think were done right from the beginning. But some of them are cool. What do we got here? It sounds like they gave you.
Sounds like they gave you. It's not real communism vampire.
Yeah,
version.
basically. Yeah. But it's so dumb. Yeah, it's like this whole thing. We knew exactly what people were going to say. They said exactly what we knew they were going to say, as if they had a point,
Yeah.
and they didn't. How closely do you guys generally adhere to rules as written? I found myself lately being way more flexible in how I run games, and it's been working much more smoothly for me. This is an easy answer, is that when we first get a game, we try to run it as close to rules as written as we can to find out, what works and what doesn't. And if there is a bad rule, throw it in the trash.
Right.
Like, here's the thing. Everyone will tell you, well, if you're not, you're not playing by the rules, you're not playing the same game. It's like, if you wrote a dumb fucking rule in your game that makes the game worse, I'm not going to...
Right.
Like, I don't follow the rules for the sake of following the rules.
Right. I'm not trying to be like a good schoolboy here and
Yeah.
just do what the teacher tells me.
Right.
There is no teacher, and I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any reward. I have higher than a room temperature IQ.
Right.
I am able to discern whether a rule is good, whether a game is good.
Oftentimes
For that
before
matter.
I even use it.
Yeah, because I can read.
Yeah.
It's
And I can
oh no, I didn't know that this
imagine.
fire would burn me until
Yeah.
I stuck my entire hand in it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and this is also the thing. So you're completely right. Give the devil his due.
Yeah.
Let's.
There have been times where I've been surprised where I was like, oh, I didn't think this was going to
Correct.
work, but it does. But
Likewise.
most of the times when I think I don't think this is going to work, it doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah. So we are not bad faith rule zero appreciators, right?
Correct. Yeah, we're not like
Do whatever you feel.
do whatever you feel, or you don't need to know the rules.
Right.
Or anything
You
like that,
do
'cause
need to
that
know
is
the rules.
Stupid. You do need to know the rules.
That's also part of if you
If you know the rules.
If you know the
you can know
rules-
which ones you can toss.
right because
you
if you're
can't do
smart
that
enough to
before
know
you
the
know the
rules,
rules, yeah.
you can ascertain whether or not the rule
Right.
is good or it's bad.
Right.
And a bad rule should not be followed because this is
Correct.
the other thing. There are a lot of people out there who believe that so-called RPG game designers are some kind of special species of enlightened individuals
Right.
who can do no wrong and have
Genius.
only had good ideas.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Many game designers are thoroughly unimpressive people
Right.
in many regards.
Yeah. New VTM video was phenomenal. Thank you. Presenting anarchs as an actual anarchy instead of queer millennial Camarilla with blackjack and hookers is chef's kiss.
Thank you, man.
We also got someone who was like, this was the funniest comment. I didn't anticipate this one, which was, I followed you up until a certain point, but it seems like you're just trying to implement your idea of the anarchs with the cringe idea of the Sigma
Oh,
male.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay, yeah, you're showing
didn't-
Bill the Butcher cringe.
Cringe.
Oh wow, Sigma. Like,
Also,
are
you
you
aren't-
an incel? Like-
Yeah. I'm not an incel, but you have correctly identified a Sigma male.
Yeah. and I can also tell that this comment was not written by a Sigma male.
Right.
Realized you can have a lot of things that run at the same time. XCOM, Terror from the Deep, XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and Enemy Within. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Must be having a conversation with someone. I do like all those games, though.
Yes.
Shonner's architecture videos are really good. I never actually watched those. I just wanted to see him talk about people not role-playing. Every rule in Mythras is there for a reason. It all supports roleplay and verisimilitude. It's like a toolkit, so keep it as complex or as simple as you want. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. What do we got here?
Don't you know that game designers came down from Sine with their rules?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Many would have you believe.
Yeah. Many retards. Incel Sabat heckin' wisdom wholesome anarch Reddit mods. Yeah. Talking about the kaiju system. Yeah. But with that, I think it's been just about an hour since we started.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Cults of Zahak.
Muppets and Ravenloft. Sorry.
Oh, God. Please no more.
Yeah, so this is the next.
Hold on. Whenever I read vampire comments, I picture them being written by a woman. Makes way more sense that way. Yeah.
That's a good point.
what low T does to an RPG system. Yeah.
Big true.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
talk about this.
So we've talked several times in the past about an initial project idea regarding golems.
Yeah.
And how to not make them terrible and how to dive in on what makes them really actually interesting from an out-of-game and from an in-game perspective.
Right.
And that idea, just like the shucked oyster, evolved the more we kept talking about it
Yeah.
into what it is now, this Cult of Zahak product. So this is going to be what would you say? It's a much different in tone than the shucked oyster. It's
Yeah.
a much darker presentation because as we were writing more about what a golem is, how you would make it, the ends and the lengths you would have to go to make them, what it would do to you as a wizard, a sorcerer,
And what it would
kind of
mean-
thing it would be, what it would mean
What it
to
would
make
mean
one
to
of these
actually
things.
make one of these things.
We realized that this is a truly evil act,
Yeah.
and no one good or
Would
virtuous would ever do this. And so that
That was one of the reasons we put the project on the back burner for a while, because it was supposed to be
there
kind
was
of this
something
like
deeper that we didn't have
We
the
weren't-
answer
yeah, we
to yet.
but we did. Yeah, and we were sitting there like, you'd have to be really fucking evil to do this, and it
Right.
was like, this is sort of supposed to be like rules that players can use, and we're like, I don't know, like,
Yeah. It does-
it seems kind of evil.
I just had to chop up a bunch of people for parts.
Yeah,
Like,
I just had to, like, trap an
an
angel.
angel rip its wings off and bind it inside this rock, this
prison.
inanimate prison forever.
Yeah,
Right.
irreversibly.
Yeah. And I'm getting all these mutations. It's
Yeah.
not exactly cancer, but it's
Yeah.
it's cool and all. But I look like a Davy Jones crewmate.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So how do we? So
that,
obviously-
but in parallel, that's also when we made that Shadow Dark video and the shucked oyster sprang
Right.
to life, and that
Right.
was just instantly like, oh no, we got this.
Yeah.
Went hard on that, but while we were working on the shucked oyster, we just continued to talk about this more
Mm-hmm.
and more and more and more, and it finally kind of clicked because we had been, talking about Mythras, and Mythras is going to be our choice for, what we wanted to do with this. And I don't remember how it came about because we were talking about the setting, and
we were talking about the setting, and we were talking about, and I don't even know how this spurred on, but we were talking about morality in a fantasy setting.
Yeah.
Because we wanted this setting to be very opinionated and have a very unapologetic,
yeah,
clear, not simplistic, but very clear, aggressively uncompromising morality.
yes,
And in order to have morality, that is to say, in order to understand not only in an
Heroism?
abstract way, but to be a good person, to have good, you need a clear idea of evil.
yeah,
And that's when it started to click. This is truly evil.
Yeah.
And the more we were talking about this and sort of tying it into this coalescing world, this setting, the gravity of that evil became more and more apparent and more difficult to ignore. And so, okay, so that's in large part what this is. This is a clear. Nope.
No, the anarchs aren't socialists. They haven't all starved yet.
Yeah, right.
thank you.
Yeah, so Cults of Zahak, it is going to be a clear and unflinching presentation of real evil, not
Yeah.
in a Book of Vile Darkness way.
Yeah, not in an edgelord.
And also not in a way that is clutching at pearls, in the way that, if I remember correct from what I've skimmed, the M20 Nefandi book does the same thing. Because Nefandi are sort of their warlocks.
Oh, Mage 20. Yeah, okay,
Mage
okay,
20.
Gotcha.
It's like, no, these are truly evil people with evil philosophies,
Right.
with evil intention, and they must be destroyed.
Yeah.
These are people with goals, and willing to commit means for ends, which will be undeniable
Yeah.
for your player characters to fight against
Yeah.
in your fantasy world.
And so the product itself, though,
Yeah.
is this idea of this essentially like this demonic, almost satanic like figure called Zahak, which in our setting is basically the Satan figure. He's not like Sauron or a Balrog or something. He's
Right,
not
this
someone
is
who
more-
shows up and you talk to him and you fight him on Mount Doom.
You fight him on Mount Doom. You're not going to beat him in a fiddle contest. You're not
Right.
going to play a deck of cards with him or sell your soul to him at a crossroads for jazz talent.
Yeah. This is more like the idea of the devil, basically, and this is in no way. There's no allegory in this at all, but it is drawn
Right.
a lot off of like
Tolkien was right.
Judeo-Christian-
Allegory is lame
yeah,
in
allegory.
99% of
Yeah,
occurrences.
exactly. But
yeah.
it's drawing on the kind of ideas of the Judeo-Christian mythology, if you want to call it that, essentially of like,
Or you might say just Christian mythology.
or just Christian. Yeah. Not quite though, because it is
That is, yeah, fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah. We got some Old Testament style stuff in
That
there.
is true.
But the idea of this totally like this figure that everything that it stands for is an
Is
version
the true
of
anti-life.
the anti-life philosophy, and it's a philosophy of despair, that
Despair, nihilism.
indolence, like
Right.
it is all of the things that would destroy
all of things that
mankind.
reduce you as an actualized human
Human.
being, a real man, a person.
Right. And it's that deity being like this corrosive, subversive force.
Yeah, a truly
that
like enervating
is
force.
trying. It's like if I can't remember. I think it was from Paradise Lost when Satan says, like, I do this so that others would suffer like I do, not because I want. It's
Right, I'm
not-
trying
it's
to
not
win
the rain in
troops. I'm
hell
trying to
versus-
It's not that.
It's not that.
what
It's that
you
I truly
actually
want.
said.
I want other people to be miserable in the same way that I am. And so this is the entity that essentially is reaching out, and this is something that you can basically put into your own fantasy world if you
Yeah, if you want to have this be
as a demon
Asmodeus
or exactly.
or Orcus or what have you, you can do
You
that.
can do that.
Which is fine, but we want to give you guys something that's actually hopefully inspiring, something that you can actually use without fitting it into something else. You can do that,
Right.
but so there's going to be a taste of
a larger world.
a
that we're working
larger
on.
world that is yet to come in this book. And just like Melkor in Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
or the devil, evil cannot create, it can only corrupt, it can
Yeah.
only pervert. And so that is sort of the highest sacrament of truly ultimate evil, is to take heroic figures, angelic figures, basically, which
Yeah.
are have a very human element in this world, in this setting, and take that, bind it, twist that, and imprison that soul, basically, more or less, into something which has no life, be it stone, be it metal, be it any sort of
Flesh, coral,
whatever whatever the case may be, and invert that vitalist life force, truly speaking, into a walking, ever emitting, eternal blasphemy.
Yeah, it's
on the world.
A true mockery of life. This is not the creation of life. It is ultimately it's like the ultimate spiritual crime, because you're not just like killing a spirit or something like that. It's like you are forever
inverting its nature.
And the idea of what these are, they're not golems, they're not fantasy robots, but these are basically the cults that worship Zahak. Their kind of ultimate goal is not ultimate goal, but one of their primary sacraments, like you said, is the creation of these idols and bringing these idols into this twisted fake life. So it's like imagine
the brazen bull.
Yeah,
right.
The Israelites worshiping the golden calf.
Yeah, or
But
like the what is it? The Tophet, I
don't know.
Statue of like child sacrifice, burning statuary furnace thing. Truly horrible.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
But it's like, but what if those things started walking around and doing,
right,
like
and
it's
speaking
back.
back.
Yeah, like talking back to you.
Yeah, and now imagine you cross paths with the mortal man who went through all the steps to make that happen.
To do that.
What kind of a inhuman person would that be?
Yeah.
Will they be inhuman?
Yeah.
And so mechanically and from also an in-world perspective, which can fit really any fantasy milieu. There's a strong premise and a strong description of how and why this works. So there's a looseness there. Again, if you are inverting something to twist it into the ultimate expression of the worst anti-virtue, right?
Yeah.
Every aspect of your decision-making process would be weighed. This isn't a random thing that you can sort of flippantly do with a level 9 spell.
No.
It's not like that. So the world matters. There is objective truth. There is objective good and evil. And there is a resonance. There is a significance with the things and the spirits which are on the earth. And so you use iron as opposed to gold. Gold means something. This is even something like RuneQuest puts this over. Gold is the literal blood of a deity within the Ring of Fire.
Like Monument Valley, it's on YouTube.
Monument Valley, it's on YouTube. I'm not familiar with what
I've
Monument
never
Valley
heard of
is.
Thank you, though. Well, yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah. At least I hope it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it is, because I feel pretty good about this.
Yeah.
This is a cool ass
Watch
idea.
this be like somebody who's like, you look like
Some
those
losers.
idiots. Yeah. No. But yeah,
choosing what material, choosing what kind of spirit you are going to prey upon and target and learn about and hunt, like a vampire.
Yeah.
And
deceive.
And
to capture.
And all of the people, the community, all the people that you need to lie to and hurt along the way to make this happen. And again, this isn't an edgelord thing. We're not reveling in this. This is meant to be abhorrent.
Kill these people.
Because everybody is starving for heroism.
Yes.
So let's have something truly evil to unapologetically fight against.
Yeah.
And here's how they think, and here's why they think it, and here's how they do what they do.
Right.
So the GM can use this in their worlds, in their
Right.
games, and really have choices that matter and consequences that matter.
Right.
Because these guys certainly are putting it all on the line.
Right. And so from a more concrete, what is this book? This book is, if you've checked the page, it is a book of foes. And what this means
right.
essentially is that you're going to get, first of all, a huge breakdown on what is Zahak. You know, what is our conception of Zahak, this evil deity? What is its beliefs, its goals? Why is it evil? What makes it evil? You know, all of that stuff. After that, you're going to get a breakdown of how to design a cult, essentially, for this.
Yeah,
this
how do you
horrible
use
thing.
these things? How do you
make
build this up?
How do you build this up in your game? And we're going to give 4 kind of high-level overviews based on the cultural
Mythras
backgrounds.
imperative
Yeah.
base, so
Yeah. The cultural backgrounds that are in Mythras, you have civilized, barbarian, nomadic, and primitive. So we're going to give you basically like, here's an example cult structure with like, here's its hierarchy, here are the levels that you attain in it, here are the spells that this cult would have access to and could learn. Then, so we go through all 4 of those. Then there's an entirely new magic system that is basically the blasphemous black magic, the diabolism.
yeah, the infernalism,
the
diabolism,
infernalist
black magic.
Yeah, this black magic that is
It's not
in
theism,
part,
sorcery, folk magic,
it's none of those.
mysticism, or animism.
Yeah, it's a new thing, and we are still working on this, so this part of it may change slightly. But the idea is that basically it's fueled on sapping the kind of passions of your victims. And,
which is a
and
big
these
part
things,
in
which is a
Mythras.
big part in Mythras, and preying off of the pain and doing things like human sacrifice and these awful, really truly awful things in order to commit these really blasphemous acts. Like there is no question that if someone is using this magic and you could identify it, and if you could identify it as such, and in some cases it would be very obvious, then it's like you have literally just told me you worship Satan and are trying to kill mankind.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
You gotta go. There's no
undeniably.
Yeah, undeniably you
It's
gotta
over
go.
for you.
Yeah.
For
Or-
sure. At least you hope so.
Yeah, or for me if you use the magic on me.
That's true. Use the magic on me. You know, or even like you think of like the witch, right? Like
Yeah.
that. It's not a spoiler to say there is a witch in the witch.
Yeah.
It's revealed
Immediately.
very early
Yeah.
on.
It's like 5 minutes in.
Yeah, it's five
It does
minutes
the
in.
most disgusting thing you could think of.
It looks disgusting. It is disgusting, and it does truly vile things.
Right.
Yeah, in that movie.
Yeah. What do we got here?
Maybe I misheard, but you mentioned the human life angle. Can you expand upon that? Personally, I've always liked the biblically accurate angles.
We will get on the
Yes.
angle question in just a moment. But the next part of this is, so you have the
New magic
this kind
system
of
for
new
black magic.
system for black magic, which will include the kind of rituals that are associated with the creation of the idols, and that
Right.
we will have the process for how you create an idol, what it would mean to basically select materials and spirits and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's not like the monster manual. So having
Here's a
an
stat block.
iron golem versus
yeah,
a
yeah.
brass
No,
golem and a wood
no.
golem. Like,
Each
oh, well, this one has a
material-
different AC and this
No.
one has tree stride 4. Like, no. It's not
none of that shit.
It's way cooler.
It's way cooler. Each material is getting basically its own write-up on like, why would you select this material? What effects does
What
it
does it
give
do?
the
Yeah.
golem itself? But also, when you do these
How does it
rituals,
change
it
you?
changes you as well. It alters. You take on aspects of the material yourself as this evil black sorcerer, and it is making you less human when you're doing
Yeah.
this. So this is like you will gain certain things, like you constructing something out of marble. Your skin may become much tougher, harder. Weapons may chip on it and things like that. But you are also going to take on other qualities of the stone.
Yeah. And
that
so
make you
this
less
is
human.
Also, this would, I guess, kind of be not in the spirit of the book. But if you wanted to not lean into the evil, there are interesting effects and powers. If you wanted to sort of use this in straight D&D, I just want golems to be more interesting.
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, this is the thing too, is that this golem creation system is also meant to be like, you have to think about the wizard who made the golem, because that's even more interesting than the golem itself.
Yeah, and
so it's like you're getting not just one if you decide to make one of these things as a
Right.
game master, you're going to be making another antagonist as well, because there's
and also
potentially
like,
this sorcerer walking
possibly
around.
an entire like maelstrom of second and third order consequences, which could add drama to an entire region
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah, and after that we have sample golems
Correct.
that are going to be really fucking cool.
Sample golems and their creators.
Yeah,
In
sample idols.
almost all
rather.
cases,
we keep
yeah.
saying golems because
Yeah.
that was the original concept, but these idols and sample golems, their creators. Some of the creators will not still be around, but the golems have persisted.
They sure will be.
Yeah, the idols are still walking around. And so you'll have these things that you can just readily drop into the game if you want to use them as a monster. But then, after that, because we've been building this out, and like we said, it's snowballed and it's snowballed and it's snowballed, we will have an adventure set within our setting that you can use and could easily adapt to something else.
You can
But
easily adapt it,
This
yeah.
will be an opinionated adventure in terms of the world. That is Shadows over Avalok, which is this city that we've been constructing and working on, that is a major location in our setting, that is going to be fucking awesome, because it's going to be the style of the Shucked Oyster with the overlapping NPC motivations,
Right.
all of these characters, and enough shit to get you tangled up in that it'll just the game will just take on a life of its
we're
own.
continuing with the correct approach
Right.
of Shucked Oyster milieu
Right.
or
This will
design
not-
philosophy, I guess.
But since this is Mythras, this will not include dungeons like the Shadow Dark version,
Right.
like the Shucked Oyster did. This is much more of exactly the kind of game that we like to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a dungeon crawl. This is all role play and with
and there's going
very
to be
dangerous enemies.
wheels within wheels,
Yeah.
multiple different intrigues.
And a big taste of the larger world in there as
Esoteric
well.
Yes.
Channel talked about the time of Moses potentially being Mad Max Fallout style epochs, but said between the first and second invasion of the Sea Peoples, the Bronze Age collapsed.
Esoterica YouTube channel talked about the time of Moses potentially being Mad Max Fallout style epoch, but set between the first and second invasions of the Sea Peoples, the Bronze Age collapse. Interesting.
Well, you could definitely put over a kind of feel in that regard, because I would say this is not the setting isn't I would say it's more Dark Ages vibe than Bronze Age per se.
Yes.
But the seas are not explored. The map is not
Right.
filled in. This is not the Forgotten Realms, because
No.
the world has gone through tremendous
Metaphysical changes.
metaphysical turmoil and changes.
and
But the world, yep.
for all you human enjoyers out there, this is going to be probably the most humanocentric game
Yeah.
in a fantasy world with lots of non-humans out there.
Oh yeah, and some of them are have the leg up on the civilizational ladder. Not all of them,
Right.
but this is the time of man.
Right.
This is where humanity, its existence, its thriving, and its values are here to make their stamp forever on
Yeah.
the world, and it is part of the adventure of player characters in this world to make that happen as they
Yes.
see it.
It is a very mythic world.
Correct.
Yeah, but that is kind of the overview of what this is going to be. Like I said, explanation of Zahak, how to build cults, sample examples for each culture, how you might integrate these into your game. Magic system, ritual magic for creation of golems, all by material type, sample golems, and then sample idols rather. And then a nice big fat adventure premise for you to build a game on.
Yeah, this is not a 7-page adventure module. This is going to be sizable.
really fucking cool.
And
again, it's going to be
played with them, but I remember Clan Bally and
Yeah.
Angela Setter. Stuff like that in Vampire.
Clan
Posted
Bally,
in Fifth
yeah.
and Arc and inspiration, and also Go Humans.
hell yeah, go humans.
Yeah. What does it say?
Any inspiration from the Bali or
Not explicitly, no.
yeah, not explicitly, not directly, but
Not
the
really.
Bali are definitely fucked up.
yeah,
and the
yeah.
Blood Brothers, right?
The blood, yeah. I played a Blood Brother one time.
Nice.
It was very funny.
Yeah, I bet.
That was, I'll tell you later. That was that session that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Yeah. But yeah, we hopefully with the adventure, this is going to be a very detailed snapshot
Right.
of a high resolution vertical slice of a much larger
Setting.
world
Right.
to come later. And we really hope that people are excited by that.
Yeah. And I think they will be.
Yeah.
But again, this adventure, this is not a linear thing. This is like the Shucked Oyster, non-linear, character-driven. Your players are going to get caught up in things.
Compatible with a monotheistic culture in our cosmos. I'm loving the sound of it.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
yes,
and this
it
is a
will.
good segue. We were asked about the human angels.
Oh, yeah, the angels, yeah.
So, try how to put this over without doing the Charlie Redboard, just going on a long lore dump
yeah,
screed.
yeah.
So, as a virtuous, pious, actualized, vital person in this world, you, for the ones who are truly so alive in life, you need not pass quietly into the hereafter, because there is, as evidenced by what you're going to read in as evidenced by the cults of Zahak and Zahak himself in this world, there is undeniably evil. Not only in this profound metaphysical evil, but there are non-human species out there who are not necessarily willing to live and let live with human
No.
beings and human civilization. So there are people to defend. You have a family and a people and a bloodline and a culture and a homeland.
Yep.
And one wants to protect the human values and your people.
Yeah.
And if you're pious
And your
enough,
bloodline.
yeah, your bloodline. If you're pious enough, one might, if they're pure of heart, make the further sacrifice, consecrate themselves to this sort of pro-human faith system, and basically become essentially an angel or a spirit, an
Yeah.
eternal spirit.
It's like a minor apotheosis,
Right.
where you become an eternal kind of protector of your bloodline. And it's a sacrifice, though, because you are
giving up
You're
the
giving up
piece of
the-
paradise, perhaps.
yeah, the piece of paradise and whatnot to basically live on to watch over your people. And if you don't watch over your people well enough, or your people cease to be, then you can kind of become unmoored from
Right.
and you kind of start going a little bit crazy. And so you have these spirits that are they're not evil.
And
but
these would be
there's-
just like regular people, like your
Yeah.
grandfather. It's it would
Right.
be a grave crime socially and metaphysically for the honored dead of your people, for your people to pass from this earth.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even be the honored dead though, because this
Yeah,
person
yeah.
did not die. This person was elevated as,
Oh yeah,
into
yeah,
this
yeah. I
role.
see. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and so this provides a means where, like, there are these kind of unmoored spirits, and mankind has the power and ability to basically make this, in some sense, try to make this right. So there is a sense of like, man has a role in the health of spirituality itself. Like, you may need to find some way to kind of rehabilitate this spirit that's been unmoored because its people has died out, or some other thing has happened, or it may be something that is like, it is tragic, but it is gone because this thing must be stopped because it's dangerous. But the idea behind the idols is that the cults are taking, in our setting, the cults are basically taking these healthy ancestor spirits that are these kind of protective things, and not just tricking them, but basically like kidnapping them and twisting them forever. It is this like grievous evil.
Yeah, it's doing the
crime
worst
of
thing
just
imaginable.
Cosmic. Yeah, it is a cosmic crime to be doing this, to twist this and to use it to simply bring this dead matter to life, to
To a
make it
semblance
walk.
of life.
Yeah, a semblance of life. So it's this twisting thing where Zahak cannot create anything, and the only thing that he can do is to invert and to destroy. And so these cults, when they're not, it's like they're gonna have to kill a lot of people to do these things. They're gonna have to
Right.
do all sorts of horrible things, but then they're going to have to basically harm spirituality itself in order to do this. And so it's like,
Correct.
these are people that need to die. They need to
Yeah,
be killed
without question.
without question.
This is not a. This is definitely not the anti-hero, morally gray
No.
swamp that you see everywhere else.
Yeah. Well, Benjamin Snorkin sounds like Melkor almost. Well, Melkor sounds a lot like the devil.
Right. And there would be, Magnificent Devil asking about Zoroastrianism. So just as there are the fundamentals of reality, what is good is human.
Yeah.
And there are certain divine figures that sort of maintain this truth
Right.
in the world. It is also the case that evil
Point taken, actually. Yeah.
evil also, humanity hasn't won yet. You're not living on paradise.
Yeah.
It is the human willingness through deceit or through lack of fortitude to choose anti-life
Yeah.
over life. And so there is a sad but true human undeniable human relation to Zahak, which is not necessarily the case with Melkor or with
Yeah.
Ahriman in
Within the Ring of Fire.
or Zoroastrianism, which is where he took it.
Of course. The
And if I remember
Zoroastrians
correctly,
copied
Ozzy
Vanderwood.
Dahaka and Ahriman are the same figure, which is funny. Actually, so is Zahak. Zahak is also another name for Ahriman.
Black Lodge
But-
Games. It sounds like it would make a great World of Darkness setting. Well, we're fans of the World of Darkness. This is not like the World of Darkness, though.
Right, 'cause
It
the
is-
idea
it
isn't to
is-
be these people.
Yeah, the idea is not to be these people. The idea is to destroy these people. But we love horror, and this is the
We
way
do.
to inject horror.
And we do like
And
heroism.
yeah, we love.
You can't just be a white knight fighting for good, capital G good somehow.
Right.
I guess I'm good. I'm
and evil
helping.
are.
I'm righting wrongs. I'm doing the Dudley Do Right thing. Like that's not what being a real hero.
Yeah.
A real hero is knowing there is evil, how evil it is, and saying no to that.
Exactly. And this is the thing, the cults of Zahak, it's not like there's just like, there's the evil Zahak religion out there. That's also not how it works.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
like-
international
No.
Asmodean.
Zahak-
There's not a big a black Gothic cathedral
No.
to Asmodeus
There's no
in every
armies
city.
of Zahak or anything.
Yeah.
That's not how Zahak works. Zahak, it always starts with one person.
Right,
And
it's
it's a person,
one man's weakness
It is
that
one-
always
yeah.
damns us all.
one man's weakness who gives in to despair or nihilism. And it's at this point that Zahak does the dark whisper, where he reaches out, like he speaks the words to you, and you make your choice, and you are initiated, basically, into the cult. And you have, and like,
Yeah, whether you know what
spread-
that means.
Yeah, whether you
like-
know that this is explicitly, literally Zahak speaking to you, you'll figure it out eventually. But it's like by that point you've already committed yourself.
Yeah.
And it spreads from there like a cancer. And so this is like, you could kill every Zahakan cultist in the world.
Yeah.
But because weakness is an aspect of man, it is the evil that you want to fight against, but it is always a choice that is there. Zahak always has a way in.
Yeah. And again, even think back to The Witch. It's like, it wasn't until the very end where Anna Taylor-Joy signed the book.
Yeah.
But many, 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 many obvious and undeniable things happen, and she didn't do anything really about it. Now, it's not like, obviously, she's not a D&D warrior. She didn't take her plus 19 Claymore. And,
Right.
But you watch that, because I've been thinking about this recently. Like, this wasn't sprung on her character at the end. She doesn't do anything. And she looks kind of like dead-eyed through most of it.
Yeah.
Which it's such a great movie. What that tells you is this woman does not have a
ISTCON,
good
the
heart.
International Society of Zahak Consciousness. Yeah. But yeah, so this is what's coming next.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to support this, I see 66 of you are watching right now. If this is interesting to you, go to the description of this video or click that linked comment that we have.
Whatever you
here.
got to do.
That's going to get you to the Kickstarter page, the pre-launch page, and you can sign up to get notified there. So when it goes live, you'll get the email and you'll know on the day.
Yeah,
that
and we're
when
going
it
to
comes
have
out.
some really cool, unique art pieces.
Yes.
For this.
Yeah, this is the
people
other
you
thing.
haven't seen before.
Yeah, artists that you have not seen before. You're gonna get. We are gonna be using some stock art, but we are putting more money into some very, very cool original pieces for the interior, as well as the cover. The cover will be new as well. But this is, and so if you notice, if you guys have been listening, how so clever we are. But there is the hand from the creation of Adam painting, where God is giving the spark of life into Adam, and there's nothing giving Adam's arm life in this picture, because that's the point, is
That's
the
the point.
idols are not being granted life. They are taking life from something else. It is a mockery of that process.
Right.
Which makes it evil.
Yes.
And in need of being destroyed. Yeah, so go check out the Kickstarter pre-launch. We'll get it cooking.
Yeah, and we'll have more to talk about this, but we wanted to give the reveal here, talk in more
and kind of
length.
crack the nut. We cracked the nut finally. It took us a while because this concept has just kept needing a little more thought, a little more tweaking, and we finally it's all
going to come
there.
together. And if you there's some people who've been asking us when's the Golem, can I hear more about the Golem project? All of that
Now is
stuff.
the time.
Now is the time, and all of that stuff that's going to be in here. All that
because
mechanical stuff and the
this came out of the Golem concept, and so that is still the core.
Yeah, just like the shucked oyster, nothing was cut. It only got bigger. Which was the right move.
Yeah. How much for a copy? $30. Will you have high quality music with it? Music? No.
No music.
We don't know any musicians.
We don't. Yeah.
And I think that would take a lot more time to make music.
And the music that you could offer would not exactly fit the vibe.
That's true.
House music.
Yeah, my techno and house. We don't know the price yet because we're not exactly sure what the length is going to be. It will be. It's not going to be $70.
Yeah.
We can say that. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
And we will be fulfilling with drive-through again for this one.
Correct.
But this is going to be really fucking cool, and we hope that people actually play it and use Mythras. And
Yeah, we hope
use
this is
Mythras
interesting
imperative.
because this is a, as we said from the beginning, it's no apologies, no compromises.
Yeah.
This is a more,
Is there a redemptive angle to the game at all? Bringing back cultists or golems, a New Testament, Old Testament vibe.
Thank you, President Biden.
there is a redemptive angle to the world.
Yes.
Not to this book.
Not to this book.
Because that's again, it's not saying it doesn't
here's the
exist.
thing.
That's the point.
Defeating the cults is the good ending
Yes.
to this. The world that this is in, the point is that we're doing is, like we said, you have to know evil to actually have
Right.
the positive heroic vision against it. And so the game that it is being developed and is going to come down the line that will be set in this setting is heroic. That is the point, is it is a heroic positive vision of man and mankind.
Yes.
Uncompromisingly so.
Yeah.
But this is, like we said, this is a book of foes. Like it has the magic system, so as you as a game master can creatively use this as you role play the villains. This is not, and we know we can't stop you people. So if someone wants, some nihilist out there wants to play the black magician,
Oh yeah, finally something for me.
The mechanics will be there to do that, but
Yeah.
it's not meant to be. You're not supposed to play these people.
You're not supposed to chop people up and
Yeah.
eat them and
And take their grandpa's angel spirit
Yeah.
and shove it in a tin can.
toaster, yeah.
The redemptive part is that you get to kill these people.
this is also
and they do, because they deserve to die. And if you don't kill them, things are going to get really bad.
yeah, if you wanted to take a New Testament angle to it, that's already out of your hands. Your job is you're the crusader, and you gotta kill this thing.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it's out of your hands.
Yeah. So let's
That's
see.
the thing. There is a redemptive energy in defeating and destroying evil as well.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. And catharsis.
Yeah, rightful. Like
Yeah.
retribution is real.
Right. All right. So we're scrolling back up because you guys were talking while we were talking too. Patty's here. I don't see his
My
name, but
dudes.
someone I see people saying things to Patty. There he is. Good to see you, Patty's Parlor.
And I think he had to jump out.
Okay. Well, have a
He's
good night,
got
Patty.
well, he's got a lot on his plate right now.
That's true. And
And wish him the best.
we wish you the best, man. That wasn't real starvation yet. We love some truly evil names. The running name for him is Urzut Kakal.
This is only $2.
That's
Thank you.
what is is it 3,000 something?
This is only $2. Well, thank
It must
you for
be
that.
bad where you are.
Oh man, we appreciate the
Thank you. That's
$2 though. Yeah.
very funny.
Did you say anything else though?
Does he need
that
to
we
say anything
missed?
else?
No. But I mean, if he was like he actually meant to say like something else, but
yeah.
forgot. Because people have done that where they're like,
That
"Oh
is
shit, I
true.
gave you $2, but I didn't actually say anything."
I gave you another $2 to
Yeah.
say that I gave you $2 and didn't
Yeah.
get to say anything else.
Well, thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
I really like this Zahak figure. Not just an ordinary demon or dark lord, but the embodiment of evil. That is exactly it.
It's the thing. It's
And
not a
this
CR-18 Baylor.
Right,
you know?
exactly. And this is why you can use this in your game very easily, because Zahak doesn't need stats. He will never be in the game. But you can take this and adapt this as some sort of evil demon lord in your own setting. And you can do this and use it without, needing to know all of the specifics of our setting. Or anything like that.
Yep.
And we're also for the adventure, we are going to be providing 4 pre-generated characters that are going to be tied into the factions and background of the city already.
You'll have a context to play that character right away.
Yeah, you've got people that can get in and play, but we also do encourage you to make your own characters to play.
Absolutely.
With your GM.
As we always do.
Yeah, as we always do. Let me see here. Just got here and can't stay, but congrats on the new project, and I'll watch live later. All right, cool.
Thank you, man.
I need to play this Mythras. Yes, you do. It's very good.
You do.
And like we said, you can go on DriveThruRPG and get Mythras Imperative, the PDF, for free.
For free.
Have you watched The Golem 2018? We have not. Someone told us to watch this, and it may have been you previously, and we forgot. So
but now we've been reminded.
Yeah, we will check it out. That series is the best mix of weird esoteric physics and supernatural stuff and absurdism. President James Dean, who's also the devil, I want whatever drugs he's on. As I understand it, Moloch and his child sacrifice is why Yahweh commanded the Israelites to utterly destroy them, men, women, and children, taking no captives.
And he was right.
Yeah. We'll give Yahweh that one.
Yeah, don't let child sacrifice happen in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Let me see here. Gents, it's been fun, but I must be off to work. We'll catch the rest when I get home. Cool. Have a good day at work.
Take it easy.
I love how you can make personalized magic systems in Mythras.
I know,
the magic
right?
works mechanically based off of how it works in the fiction. Yeah.
Yep.
Your black magic sounds similar to how I'm going to run magic, depending on its source, and can corrupt characters until they are irrevocably lost to the darkness. Yeah. Really liking the sound of this project. Good. That's like what we want to hear. Would it be compatible with a monotheistic culture and cosmos? Yes.
Yes, it will be.
Because this is a monotheistic cosmos in our game.
Yes. And in a much more interesting and far less lame. Because if anyone else said that, if any other game studio said that, like, geez,
I know,
what are they
like,
gonna? What are they gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah. And like
Not
we said,
the case.
this is not allegory. But
This
it's
isn't
also,
an allegory. We're not trying to send
We're not trying to
the
send people
message that is someone else would clearly be trying to send you
Right.
with this kind of spiel.
Exactly. We're not. Here's the thing. It's not allegory. It's not a recruitment tool for religion. And also, we are not using this as an attempt to bag on religion. So,
this is not a subversion.
yeah, we're not Zahak.
Yeah.
Esoterica is great, but he's also very self-interested and opinionated. That sounds interesting. He pushes a particular outlook that I don't agree with.
He sounds cool.
Yeah. Lots of people are wrong. Yeah, horse carts would have existed. Not all the sea peoples traveled by sea, but they were from far away. Every civilization fell but the Egyptians.
Joined late because of real stuff. Watched on 1.5 playback speed. Finally catch up. And stream's nearly done. Need to catch a meetup soon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
We were actually just
We were
talking about earlier.
that. Yeah.
We're going to do another meetup soon. Absolutely.
And thank you for the $5,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Yeah, we definitely got to make that happen.
Yeah. Which I wonder... We'll talk later. Yeah. Remind me to talk. Cults of Zahak sounds like it would fit in my setting, where vampires are a type of demon. A single vampire escapes hell and wrecks shit up with his undead army. Nice.
Hell yeah.
If you go down this path, can't you get golemed yourself? You can get golemed yourself if you are great enough to have this minor apotheosis.
Yeah. It would be truly terrible, even from like a character standpoint, because you've achieved the highest highs.
Yeah, the highest
and now
thing you can.
you are dead.
Yeah.
From like a character standpoint.
Right.
Anything that was you is either lost forever or just in hell, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
in eternal anguish.
Montague Summers proposed a theory that vampires are the satanic dark reflection of Christian saints, and he makes a compelling case.
Interesting.
Got to check out. Loving what I'm hearing, though. Can't wait to see how it comes along. Nice. We had a couple other people that we already talked to here. Also, if you look at the evolution of religion, Christianity is strongly Proto-Indo-European almost. I am illiterate, so I don't know.
If you look at the religion, Christianity, okay.
He's an absolute rabbit hole that connects to many other names you've probably heard of before.
This is esoterica, presumably.
Yeah. Ahriman, Zahak, Melektaos, Angra.
Yeah, Angra Mainyu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the...
I figured it would
Evil.
be heroes versus absolute evil. You're damn right.
Yep. And who'd want it any other way?
Yeah. It's almost like a reversed World of Darkness.
Yeah.
Well, we got more on that to come in a far future as well. Also sounds like it would fit in the kaiju system. The aliens worship Zahak, yeah.
They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Remember, Gary loves you.
Oh, it's a very cool game. You've probably seen clips of this. It's like a
You guys
What's
had
the
me at
fucking-
Golems. This is a masterclass in overselling.
well, is
I
it
guess.
working?
Yeah, is it, yeah, did it work? Hillary, is it
Yeah.
working? I don't know that we were overselling. I think we're just telling
I
you
think
what
we're
it
just
is.
selling it.
We're just selling it, but we're
Yeah.
also just
We're
telling
legitimate.
you
We're- this is
what
also
the
the thing.
book
It's
is
like-
going to be.
You guys check out the new visual novel, Not Half Bad, though. It
I did
stars a
not check it
Ravnus
out.
and a caitiff.
I don't know. I'm
Remember
just so
those clans we
disillusioned
said
with
that we can get rid of?
Yeah,
Like,
Ravnos, top of the list, first to go into the trash. It goes.
I haven't looked at it. I'm not interested in the vampire fiction. It seems like there's just a deluge of shovelware, to be honest, coming out of the.
How does
The
Yakub
V5 is-
fit into all of this?
I'm
I
not
don't know if you
programmed
guys
to say
saw
that.
it. This was the funniest fucking thing. I sent you that last
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
of
yeah.
Yakub with Trump.
Yeah.
But it was because Trump's Twitter account now has a bot that I think is, I'm not sure if it's just responding to crypto people, but it responded to the Yakub account. It was like, thank you, Yakub NFT. That's why he quote tweeted him with
That's
that.
so funny.
It happened to some other thing too. So it was super
I didn't know that.
funny. Yeah, super funny. I don't know about you, but this is a hot character. Sounds like a real bad dude. Yeah, he's
sounds like a real jerk.
he's a jerk. Yeah, he's
for sure.
Zahak's a bully.
Yeah.
That's you know. Commercial right when you said go to the link. Geez, Zahak, you bastard. Yeah. Cults of Zahak are not sending their best. That's actually that is 100% true, because to become a cultist of Zahak, you have to be a nihilistic, worthless piece of shit who's given into
right.
despair and has no sense of life or
Exactly.
vitality and believes evil and likes evil.
Yeah.
So actually, we're not sending Zahak our best.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thoughts on Gnosticism and
Yelled about the
I don't
it's
have
the
any.
demiurge, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's a bad
That
philosophy.
sounds like Zahak.
That sounds like Zahak speak.
Yeah. I don't have any thoughts on that, though. Zahak is one bad motherfucker. Shut your mouth. I was just talking about Zahak.
Things many cultists say.
Yeah. Hey, did you look at the Elden Ring furnace golems yet?
I
No.
haven't. I haven't played Elden Ring.
Techno and Babylon, not
I
compatible.
played Dark Souls 1, and I think I got it.
Techno and organ music gave us the Mechanicus game.
I'm not familiar with that game.
Yeah. Excited for a good read, if anything else.
Hell yeah.
What did you do to the bot? They made it lore accurate.
Or the Biden bot.
I
I
can
do love
corrupt,
Peter Steele.
use this product as I wish. Good. That is actually the point. This is actually, we have a video coming up. Probably not next week, but maybe the next week after that. We've been thinking about this of like, we got a lot of questions about the Shucked Oyster where it's like, hey, can I use this with 5e? Like, would this work? And it's like, yeah. Like, just use the idea. Like,
Yeah,
you can
use the
it's-
premise.
but it's not just like, is this compatible with that? It's like, if you have a module or something and the idea is something you can use in your game, you can just put it in your game.
Right. Here's the thing. It's like even if you're picking up a module for the Forgotten Realms, and you're playing in the Forgotten Realms, you're still adapting it to your
campaign
game, to your campaign.
So it's like it's not hard to take material even from different systems in some cases and just use the ideas from it.
Yeah.
A lot of times the monsters are very similar and you can just swap them out for the ones from your game.
Yeah. But you're right. A lot of people have asked us this, and we're gonna, in Cult of Zahak, I think, here's what this is and here's how to use it.
Yeah. It'll be state up front, we have our own kind of opinionated setting, and especially the adventure is explicitly this setting.
Yeah, because the adventure has to take place in a place.
This is an idea you can use in your setting, in your game. It doesn't have to be like, oh man, that sounds really cool, but I just don't have
I already
Mythras.
have a game. That's great.
Great.
Use it. Use it right now.
You can do that. No one's stopping you. Yeah. And it's not that hard. Yeah, organ music and a voice mod to sound more like Peter Steele, done a la Frasier with archaic samples. It'd be worth it. We're not making an album. Neither of us knows how to do that.
Yeah.
Just needs engagement and attaching to the setting. Yeah. Techno Babylon sounds like a band name. Techno Babylon is something.
I don't know.
I know it is.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Zach sounds like my ex.
Sorry to hear that.
Got her.
Good thing she's an ex, I guess.
The most insidious evils I found to wield the good intentions of others against them.
Yes.
Yes. In a confusing enough metaphysic that it's not readily apparent how screwed up it is. How is Zahak's PR team?
He's preaching the same message.
Yeah, he's preaching the same message, man. It's all about when you're making the cults, if you're making your own cults, it's how do I take some problem that exists, like some conflict that's happening in my civilization or my barbarian culture or whatever. How would the most bad faith actor exploit that?
Right.
It's the most dishonest way of doing this. It's by taking those things, the things you think are good, and twisting your heart about it. That's Zahak's playbook,
Yes.
because that brings people to despair and nihilism.
Correct.
Yeah. Who can say, Shrug? I just enjoy the Ravnos, and I think they can be done well, but the default way they're written is just too, I don't like it.
That's true for sure. The way they're written is awful.
I saw the Curseborn Kickstarter at the same time as the Broken Empires, and it has like 20% of the funding level. You'll love to see it. Yeah.
Curseborn's made a lot of money still. All things considered, I mean, again, it's like, how is this enough to keep the company going?
I don't know.
Still, after all this time,
I just don't give a shit about Curseborn.
I don't care. I mean, no one good.
It looks like
does.
an ugly and dumb game.
Because
however, the Broken Empires from Trevor. Congratulations to Trevor on doing
huge numbers.
Big number.
Yeah.
Big number. Very well deserved.
Yeah.
He's a very cool guy. And if you haven't seen our interview with him, go back and watch it. It's the one that says Sim Light and his eyes are glowing. Who is Yakub? He is the evil mad scientist that invented white people. Yeah, the scientist who created white people. Exactly. You guys know who Yakub is. Please just Google Elden Ring Furnace Golem. Been begging for a bit now. Okay, that's right. Elden Ring Furnace Golem. Furnace Golem, is that what it is?
Furnace Golem.
Yeah,
it's undoubtedly a boss.
Yeah, this is not the cult. This is not our conception of golems.
Yeah, that looks cool.
That does look cool.
And it does look like something you should kill.
Yeah.
For sure.
It definitely shouldn't be moving.
It shouldn't be moving. It shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be on fire that way.
Yeah. Yes, good GMs create. Great GMs steal. Steal the adventure for your setting. Yes.
Yeah.
Toast to Jesus is back.
I'm
Nice.
back, baby.
The most bad faith actors imaginable. Cultists in action. Any acronym is coincidental. Yeah. Curseborn does seem very generic. It's just
Yeah.
the World of Darkness again, but worse.
Weaker and worse.
Yeah. Live on air Wikipedia check. Yeah. Yakub, he goes by the name of Corn Pop. He's a bad dude. Yeah. First column lives matter. Yeah. Wow. Well, I think
Cool.
that's pretty much all the time we got.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun. And
This
I'm
was
really
a lot
excited.
of fun.
Hopefully, those of you waiting for the Appendax, I think hopefully end of next week it'll be out, and if not, it'll be early the following week. And then we'll just be ordering our copy to make sure
All the print stuff is good so we can send that out.
so we can send that out and get that out the door and fulfilled.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, check out Cults of Zahak. Go click that link. Go get signed up for the Kickstarter. And we're going to be making videos related to this in the lead
Yeah,
up.
so
you're
we'll have
gonna
more
get
to say.
more to say in a more coherent way. But it's gonna be really good. I'm so fucking pumped to work on this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool. All right, guys.
All right, boys.
Have a good night.
Take it easy.